We got to kick the tires, or in this case, the wall. It was a big selling point of then candidate Donald J. Trump. Now, 8 border wall prototypes have been unveiled. And next comes the testing of those prototypes. Joining us now is Steve Cortez. He's a member of the Trump campaign's Hispanic Advisory Council and a Fox News contributor. Steve, great to see you tonight. So we got to see an actual sampling of what the wall could look like. And they may be, as I understand from our reporting today, using some of each of these prototypes. Some are more porous on the bottom, so in areas where there would be water, like Nogales, Mexico, or Nogales, Arizona, there is a Nogales, Mexico on the other side, you can let the water go through on the bottom, or a more solid wall in places where you could put it. Your thoughts tonight?
You know, Harris, I will tell you this. I call President Trump President Promise Keeper because he is keeping his promises. And a bedrock promise of his was that he would control the border. And I think one of the most amazing things he has done already, not even a year into his presidency, is that the border is largely already secured, even without the big, beautiful border wall, which we are going to get. But just through better enforcement and through clear-eyed rhetoric, illegal crossings have plunged, and our southern border, which has been insecure for decades, is now largely secure, and it's going to be completely secure once we get this wall built. I would also point this out, though, and I say this as an Hispanic, as a son of immigrants, Harris, often the president is castigated by the liberal media who wants to create a narrative that he's somehow anti-Mexican. That's simply not the case. Good fences often make good neighbors, and controlling our southern border is not just good for us, it's actually also good policy for Mexico.
You know, it's interesting from your perspective as the son of an immigrant, and you're talking about that connection. Where is this topic? You call it clear-eyed rhetoric. But some south of the border have been critical. Even those here at home in America have been critical. You know, who are you trying to keep out? But what I hear you saying, though, this is about illegal immigration. This is not about people coming in legally.
Right. And Harris, thank you for asking that question, because I am so sick of the left trying to conflate the two. Illegal immigration is wonderful. It is what America is about. All of us, if we're not Native Americans, all of us are immigrants. We are the progeny of immigrants. So we love immigration. We love what it does for this country. I'm the son of an immigrant. Donald Trump, a lot of people don't know, is the son of an immigrant, is married to an immigrant. We love legal immigration, and we cannot conflate legal immigration with illegal immigration. And what does illegal immigration bring to the United States? It brings national security worries. It brings tremendous economic hardship, particularly to American workers, many of them, by the way, Hispanic workers, many of them people of color, who have to compete in the labor market against an unnatural flow of illegal immigrants who are almost always willing to work for lower wages because of their status. So I refuse to conflate the two. We can still love immigration, and we want a big, beautiful border wall that has doors in it, Harris, and the doors are for orderly immigration into this country. So we're not anti-immigrant by any sense.
So real quickly, before I let you go, you heard the president kind of allude to this topic with talking about the drug crisis today. Your thought?
You know, yeah, and I think that is part of it, by the way. A porous border, as I said, is not just a problem for national security, not just a problem for the economic well-being of America, but it's also clearly a problem from a drug perspective. We have to get control of our border, and part of that, clearly, of getting control of our border is because of the shipment of drugs into this country that do tremendous harm to Americans.
All right, so the deadline was today for the 8 prototypes for the wall. That happened. It got rolled out in San Diego, California. They've got 30 to 60 days before the federal government will make a decision about which of those walls and how many of the parts of the different prototypes they'll use and go forward. We'll cover the news as it happens on that. Steve Cortez joining us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Harris.